Hello everyone and welcome to the new game. It's been worked on for a while now. Still very basic as of right now. For right now, however, it's very basic messaging. This only has a message type for right now, so there's not really any emotes. As you could see, there's message type E. This game is supposed to be like kind of compatible with DaURR3 and Undertale RPG Remake 2. So these are the codes that game actually takes of these message types. M is a message, E is an emote, and T, if I could actually find it, is a tag right here. Now, of course, I'll need to do some remodeling of the tags and stuff, make it fit this new form, especially with this game, where I'm basically going to make the tags have more than 3 colors, actually. Have a chance of having more than 3 colors. So, as you can see right here, this is from DaURR3 and Undertale RPG Remake 2. This tag, this is the developer tag, and it just makes everything yellow. Just makes it stand out. And as you can see, it tells you who the message is by. You could see the yellow background right here. I will replace that soon. And then you could see the yellow background of the message. Then there's the E type where there's an emote. And sadly, this game can only do message types so far. Another thing you guys would notice is that there's new names on there, and some of you might be wondering, well, why is that there? And well, that's a very good question. In this new version of the game, it will actually ask you for a username that you would like to go by. And this username will be saved to the database so that whenever you log in, your username automatically comes up. And in future versions, your username will have like some sort of chance to be changed if you want it to be changed. As in, there's going to be like a reset button for your username. Now, this is the first version ever that actually ever put usernames into the new message by boxes, if you know what I mean. And basically, it's going to be very popular, and so hopefully by the time this comes out, this will actually get some new usernames out there. As of right now, within the beta version of this, once the beta actually comes out, signing up will not be an option until the beta is done. Which means you need to have an account before you actually come to the beta. Which is intentional. Very intentional. And so you would need to sign in for the beta, and eventually the sign up will come out, and you will be able to have as much fun as you want. And So, from people have heard, this is a more optimized version, way smaller app. And so, here we are. Some of you are probably asking if I fixed the turns and attacks. I did. They now show up here properly. Well, not too properly, but they show up here. I don't know why 5 is here. I don't know why 3, 4, 1, 2. I don't know why it's like that. But it's like that. But it works. Fighting will be the next thing I'll do. In which I mean, I will add the neutral attacks, which you guys are probably so excited for because everybody's excited for a level maker, you know? So, you all know the neutral attacks. It's the 4 attacks that you've chosen in the DaURR3 level maker. You know, those are the ones that you could choose. It's the ones that are randomly chosen and stuff like that. So if you go to the normal attack and no dialogue, well, there you go. You got normal attack and no dialogue, and normal attacks are just those 4 neutral attacks. Now, some of you may be eyeballing the custom attack, which is actually a new feature that has been added to this game. This is basically the possibility of adding an attack that isn't within the neutral set of normal attacks, meaning that you could literally set all of your turns to be custom attacks and not set any neutral attacks at all, which essentially means that you could basically do a game that doesn't include normal attacks at all. And so that just means that you could just have a full-on thing that is just custom attacks without dialogue. So the default thing is actually a normal attack with no dialogue. That's what I'm gonna make it. So if there's nothing defined for that turn, it's just gonna define as a normal attack, no dialogue. And it will just do the normal attacks. And I'm probably gonna make it where if there's no normal attacks defined at all, it will completely just disregard the normal attack thing and make it no attack and no dialogue. Which is pretty efficient once I make the battle sequence of this. Now, another thing that you guys should know is that these things autosave. So the attacks and stuff, they autosave by themselves into the file, which is why if you do this, dialogue, and then put one right here, it says the action cannot be added to a no level name, because normally there would be like a level to actually do something about. So once you add in a level name, it will go to that file. And yes, this is actually pretty efficient to what it's going to do. Basically, we're going to make it where the level maker levels are actually saved to your device locally, so that it's more efficient and doesn't overload the application with a bunch of stuff being saved to the shared preferences of the app. So Now it's going to be a lot easier loading in that stuff for the level maker itself. And you're probably wondering where that stuff is being stored. If you go to the load, it will tell you where the file is. It has a dot in front of it, so it'll be invisible if you don't have your hidden files. If you don't have the settings for your hidden files off. So, in order for you to get to this file, you would need to turn off hidden files and look into it. Editing the files is not a very good suggestion to do. I'm just telling you guys that. Editing these, here, I'll lead you to the file. So here I'm at the level maker file. You could see these are the two level names. You just tap on the level name you want and ta-da. So these are files that you don't specifically want to edit because it could potentially crash the app. These DaURR files, as well as these DaURR mode and DaURR attack files, you don't really want to touch unless you want the potential to break the app. So these files are just here to load in your files, basically. You could see that in the level maker. These are just the names of the files. So you could see this is the name of the level right here. And that's why it's called test, because it's the name of the level. You go to Wowie Testy. Ta-da. That's the name of the file. So, of course, these are just test files. And I'm going to find this the reason I made the level maker like this is because I want it to be as near as the creator's levels as possible, which is why I'm making the level maker first and not the original levels, because it's easier to create a level than post it onto the type of levels on to the creator's levels, and voila, you have basically a level sort of near the owners. And it's better to have an experience that all people can have when creating. It's like that free experience where if you go to that level and want to create a level near that, well, you sort of can, because that experience is there. You could create a level exactly like it if you want to, because that freedom of creating a level exactly like that, unlike in DaURR where 2, where the level maker is completely separate. The levels that I created in that game for like the story mode, those levels are completely built in. And so that would basically cause the problem of that. And so that's also another reason why that app was so big, because of all the levels that was piling up. With this, the story levels will actually be online levels that are downloadable, and it will just copy the files and put it into a folder that makes it where the battles can load in those files. And so once they load in those files, voila, you can play levels like that, which is going to make it significantly easier when loading in online levels, because I already have a system to do that. So Thank you for listening to this dev log, and I will see you guys later.